Alrighty, we are live. Where is Block Koala? There it is. Hello everybody, and welcome back to some more UFO 50. Today we are playing Block Koala, which, to my understanding, at least from what I have seen, if I go back here, back to the library real quick, where is the menu that I'm looking? You know what, whatever. It's a puzzle game of some kind, basically. The Koala family was excited about spending the day at the park. But when they got there, the grass and the trees were all dead. What happened? Hippolyta said it's awful. Flamingus has used all the water for his garden. There was a small crack in the wall. Koala Kid squeezed in. They had to see what could be done to save the park. Look, it's UFO 50. We do this every single time. But yeah, no. So this is a puzzle game, to my understanding. And I have not seen, too much on this. But I do know that it is pretty interesting. And we're going to learn some stuff. So I can't push this right now because I'm assuming the 4 is bigger. But I can push this because the 3 is bigger than the 2. So, to my understanding, oh, that's interesting. You can, save specific undo points. So, to my understanding, the way that this works is that basically our goals are more to, wow, you actually have to be able to get all the way back through for this, I think. Our goals are more to kind of just organize things the best we can, and use that organization to, push things around. It's a basic Sokoban, so it's not gonna be too overly difficult in the way that it's done, but, we gotta get cherries on it eventually for this game, so might as well have some fun. Hey, big bro, need a break? I'm really good at puzzles. Nah. Well, alright, guess I'll keep talking to the worms then. Worm. Flamingus loves puzzles. You won't get that water bag that easily. Alright. You'll need 5 stars to open this gate, so gotta finish every level except for 1. Alright, what are these? So, these are ones of some kind, I assume? Well, I did mess up. Here. We do have an undo, which is nice. They did put that together. Ah! So they add together. Okay. That's cool. How do I get you off the wall, then? Is the next... Oh, they just add together with whatever touches them. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, neat little mechanic. Not anything too crazy, but yeah, no, looks neat. Easy solve. Nah, in all honesty, I mean, here's the thing. It's UFO 50. Not every game is going to be over the top crazy, new, and awesome, but, we can still have fun with the game regardless, and I mean, if I am to ever attempt to do speedruns of all of UFO 50, I need to get good. This just looks like a basic Sokoban. I'm not even gonna lie, this is just a basic Sokoban, puzzle. Not even that interesting. Yoink, 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 yoink. Clear the path. Why is there so much space over here? I'm starting to be a little bit confused by this. Oh, I messed that up. Hang on. That needs to go there. I like the hippo. It looks like it's from Hungry Hungry Hippo. Fair enough. I go down, I go over. I go down, I go over, I go up, I go over, I go dip-dop, boop, boop. Scoop, whoop. Oh. All the way. Oh. Wait a minute. This has way more of an issue than I thought it did. Because I can't just easily go through and do this. I messed this up somewhere along the line. That's annoying, but yeah, no, I messed that up. So, how do I set you up more properly? Because that's fine. I'm assuming it's because I didn't push it through into here, and I need to push it into here to actually get it to work, and that looks fine. That looks fine. Do 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 do. I go solve all the frickin' Sokobons. This is kinda gonna be a lame one, and nobody's gonna really enjoy this, but I am still here, for I must solve these puzzles that can't go there. That must go there. I need that there. I need that there. This goes here. Like I said, I need to then run around and do all of this madness again, because I need to run around and go do this madness again. Otherwise, it gets screwed up. In hole we go. In hole, there we go. Doop, I messed that up. That goes over, we walk around. This is why Sokobons are not the funnest type of puzzle, because half the time you end up just running around and wasting time for a majority of what's going on. Like, this one is one that I'm like, it's kind of basic. I'm waiting for them to show some interesting stuff, and I'm sure as we go through these, we're gonna find some stuff. Okay, this is interesting. So I'm assuming this has importance as to how we get this. Yeah, because I can't push this in right now. So yeah, that has to go like this. This gets compacted. No, it doesn't. Why doesn't it? So if I do that, and then fish this out. Okay, we've got an interesting one. Yeah, if I do all that and then fish all that out, this one now becomes the interesting piece here. We can fish this out real quick. Fish it out and over. Dear Lord. Okay, we've already got a toughie. Yeah, I can do that. And push this over. See, the thing is I think we need one of these two, so I'm like, I'm like trying to keep one. But like, okay, so this doesn't work. That just makes that. Right. So, how did I merge these two together again? Because, like, there was a way I did it. There was a way to do it where you merge these two together and... Ah, okay, so it has to be against a wall. Okay. If that's the case, then yes. I think I see what we're after. we want to first, yeah, we need to use this to get this out. Then we want to swap the two positions of these ones. This will compact back here. We don't need these. This will compact here. And then we need to also get behind we need to get behind this here is the main issue now. Which isn't too bad. Wait a minute. Nope, hang on. I can crush this, and that gives it to me. Okay, and then this is just as easy as that. So I'm betting 5 is the max, just based off of how this works. I'm not gonna want the 5 against that wall. I'm gonna want it here. And I'm gonna want that out of the way like that. And this out of the way like this. Wonder if the game gets more green the more levels you complete. Maybe? I'm not sure. I wouldn't bet it because of how simple some of these games in UFO 50 are, especially some of the ones that are early in the chronology. They tend to be really simplistic in the way that they're done. But it wouldn't surprise me if that's the case. If it does actually, you know, make it nicer out there, that'd be awesome. Oh great, I can already confirm there's at least 26 levels of this. Oh boy. Okay, so relatively easy puzzle. I mean, at least from what I can see. It doesn't look too crazy. I mean, so interesting that a 1 can push a star, but a star can't push a 1. I figured they might both be considered 1s or something. I'm kind of waiting for whatever the, like, meta-style puzzle is gonna be, because that's what would really make this game interesting. Let's see here, so I think we want this. Yeah, I think we want to push all 3 of them into 1 over here. Ah. Well, ain't that annoying? Oh, the one not being able to push a star is actually... Or, sorry, the star not being... Nope. There's a different way to do this. There's a different way, and it's over here. Donk, donk, and then donk. That allows me to push this. And I think that's just it. Like, I think that's just the puzzle. Like, that's just it. You don't need to do anything too crazy. The 2s are a red herring. This is literally it. You just go boom, 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 boom. And that is it. Ta-da. I don't know what was meant to be difficult about that puzzle other than figuring out the aha of not the easiest route. Alright, so the gate's open, but we're not gonna go through there yet. Also, I didn't talk to this worm. Time is not linear, my friend. If you press X, you can go back 1 step. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. We've already learned this. Alright, black blocks now. Do they interact differently? No. It looks like this is more about just getting to the star block than it is anything else. Oh! Oh! That's interesting. Huh. So, black box is subtract. I mean, they still have the additive rules, but when they get within an or the surrounding tiles, they get smaller. Interesting. Okay. So this puzzle is more breaking through the impenetrable wall that is all of this stuff then. Wait, what? Oh, it's whenever I stop moving that they minus. Ah. Okay. That's actually really cool. I like that. That is a neat little thing. Yeah, so it's whenever I stop moving that it stops working. Okay. So, if that's the case, that explains why the undo feels so weird too. That makes sense. Okay. So there's gotta be a way to stop that, to delete the 4 then. And if that's the case, interesting. That's what happens if you do that. If you stop it exactly as they combine, it just doesn't stop. Or it just doesn't, like, delete itself. Weird. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. So, all of these are 1s now. Right. Sorry. I forget if you do that, it just dies. Wait a minute. These bad boys need to get comboed. But how would I break through the wall there, because that just turns it into a 1. So, I'm not entirely sure how I would break through this wall. Like, if I could pull this, obviously, that would work great. I don't necessarily... Oh, no, wait, no, never mind. I see it. This is the other problem I tend to have with Sokomon-type puzzles, is they really are kind of just spot-the-thing puzzles in disguise. You know, it would help if I could remember how addition works in this. Yeah, we'll restart the level. So we need this, obviously. Yeah, so we want to make this a 4 before it even, like, moves, basically. Yeah, Sleepy Hippo. So is there a way to make it so that the 4, or that this is a 5 before it even moves? Like, at all. I think maybe. Yeah, it always goes in the order that you're gonna push it in, so... You know what else I'm curious about? And, like, I know that this is something we can do, so I can move this. Right now, that won't work, because these will combine. But that won't. See, I'm just kind of confused by how I would open this. So, really the big move that I've seen is this. You can't push it once it does that, though. So, that becomes an issue. And this can't push into that, if that's the case. So... How do I get through you? How do I get through you? I mean, this is the first one that's actually got me thinking, so I'm like, okay, this is neat, this is neat. So the 3 gets pushed into there. Do I have to sacrifice 1 push on this so that I can get more pushes later? Might be the thing. The problem is how then would I get this, like... The problem is that this is a 3x area. Yeah, that makes sense that that would do that. See, I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like that this is here. Okay, you know what? Let's restart the level. What if you go up on 1 to the 4, then it would make it a 5, and it would be 1 number. If you try to push the 1 into the 4, it doesn't combine. That's the reason why I haven't done that yet. The only way to get them to combo is by pushing the bigger number into the smaller number. Which the only way to do that is to have a wall prepped for it in advance. Which is what I'm being very confused about here, is how to get that set up. Because if the 3 were here, what would happen is there would be no pushing, actually, that occurs. And it looks like the ones just are perfectly fine, as is. Yeah, no, whenever I'm standing here trying to push into this, like... I don't know if you can hear that. That is me pushing the up on my D-pad very rapidly. And, yeah, no, it doesn't go up. It doesn't go up. You don't go up whenever you're doing that. So... yeah, it has to go 3 plus 1, 4 plus 1. It can't be 1 plus 3. That doesn't work, basically. Yeah. And that makes a 2. You know what? Hang on. Oh yeah, that's right. That doesn't work. That... See, I tried this, and then my brain's like, why it no work? You know what? It might be an easier idea. I mean, I could always come back to this level as well. It's not like we haven't unlocked everything else. It's just, this feels like it'd be a good time to learn this, so... yeah, the only problem with going through this route is that there's no real easy way to move forward from this route. Oh, you know what it is? You know what it is. It's the, inverse of what I'm doing. Wow, I just realized there's no way out of this corner, is there? Like, for these blocks. You can't take a block out of this corner. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, probably not too many more people are gonna be watching this. I would appreciate it if there were, because it's nice whenever I have more viewers, but, so, we can't take this block out of this corner, or I actually had an idea there. And that would have been interesting. I wanted to see what happens if, like, I had 3 going all into each other all at once. Yeah, and the main reason we can't remove something from this corner is because of this hedge right here. If that hedge wasn't there, that would be easy enough, and we would just go through here. So... there's gotta be a way to push this into, like, up. Like, this one right here is probably the one that I have to break through. Just because I don't see a way to get through there, because there's no real way there is no way that there is a sort of way to get, like, that right-hand side doesn't work. Like, the right-hand side can't work because it's too compressed. And all those blocks over there are stuck, so doesn't work, like, period. Which means that this has to be, like, these four are effectively it, and that right-hand side over there is more of, like, experimentation, towards how it works. Which, in that sense, tells me there's a way to make a 5 over here that you push into this 4, or a 4 at least that you push into it. Now, how that happens, I'm not sure. Because doing that doesn't work, obviously. I can't just magically stand here, and there's no way to move that block over. My current best idea is to make this into a 1, and then somehow get the order of operations to, well, no, that wouldn't work. That wouldn't work. Yeah, that wouldn't work at all. Yeah, because if I do that, that's a 5. That makes a 3. That makes a 4. That's how you do it. Okay. Now we just push these bad boys out of the way. I have seen something that I dislike. I have seen something that I have a huge dislike for. This is not the puzzle. This is not the entire puzzle. What the fuck? This is actually evil. This is actually evil. Okay. Yeah, that needs to sit over there. Now I can push this down. Oh, interesting. 5s are instantaneously gray. There's no way around them. Weird. I'm like, it's not the full puzzle, but there's a bit more. It's a really simple... It's finally, you know, we're finally done. I can get this out and I can fish it over. It's just a little annoying, and I messed up where that 5 needs to be. That just needs to be over there. Okay. Now we're fine. Now the puzzle's solved. Now the puzzle is as good as solved, and it's just moving. And this is why I don't like soak bonds, because you're wasting my time by making me literally do a lap of the entire puzzle. And this is annoying. There we go. Okay, puzzle solved. Dear Lord, that took way too long. Dear Lord, that took way too long. That was way too much of a puzzle there. Alright. Cool, cool, cool. On to number 7. Good job getting through that first gate. You'll need 10 stars to open this one. The soil has become too wet for us worms. That's why we're all above ground. Ah, that makes sense that there's 50 puzzles exactly. You know what? UFO 50, there's 50 puzzles. 20 stars to open that gate, so we have to come back here. But yeah, UFO 50, there's 50 puzzles. That makes sense. Alright, let's do number 7. What the frick is going on here? Okay, this looks like an extraction type puzzle. Huh. Yeah, we hate the flamingo. So, I want this out of the way. That doesn't push that, obviously. That doesn't push that. Yeah, the 1s don't combo into the 5s, obviously. And even if they did, they have to compress, that's right. This is actually just a wall. This doesn't look it, it's a wall. So that was bad moves. And and I think its bad moves all the way to there. Interesting. You know, the funny thing is I do not need to head back here ever, so I can always use that as a get out of my way card. Yeah, so this 2 right here is really problematic. Yeah, this 2 is unbelievably problematic. Can I... So, I'm assuming this is because it goes 5-1-2 that this doesn't work. I'm assuming if it went like 5-2-2, that would work fine. But the problem then becomes, oh, you know, you can't push this back and recover all of that. Like, that's not the way that this works, you know? Like, that's not the way that that works. Which means there's a way to fish this out through here, which I believe has to be through some form of something with this. Like, this has got to do something for us. 2 flamingos. Stop doing your confusing puzzles instead. Think about the parking. Give your plants less water. Thanks, evil flamingo. Yeah. What the frick? Okay, so... yeah, I can't do that, obviously, because that just kills this. But I can do that. That is something I can do. Now, the problem is I need to find a way to unglue this, and I messed up when I put this 3 here. So, there is our first I'm forced to undo because of that 3. But that's fine. We've solved at least a fair portion of puzzle doing this. I can do this, I can do this. This can go here. I can do that there. This can go here. That can go there. This can go here. This can go here. There's the puzzle basically solved. There it is. Boom, boom, boom. Just had to find it. Yoink. And doink. Easy peasy. Way easier than level 6 right there. Way, 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 way easier than level 6 right there. Alright, over to number 8. I think we'll get through probably to the next area today as well. Alright, and we're finally doing all of them together. Okay, or we're doing both of them together. So, I wonder what happens when I push one of these 2 together. What happens? So, different colors can't combine, which is good to know. Which also means that these are... they're different ones, is the best way to put this. I'm assuming I need to get through here. Which then also means I need to somehow get a 2 into here. Which is easy enough. It's not easy if this wall is full. Yeah, and once I push that there... oh my god, this is another evil puzzle. I hate this. Set those there. Set this here. That pulls the 2 out, which gives me access to the 3, so I can do that. Now I have to figure out how the hell we're breaking that 5 out, which I'm assuming is going to be through some weird, crazy stacking thing, and I'm assuming this one actually needs to sit here. So we're gonna restart the level again because I'm stupid. This needs to sit here because we're gonna compact into there. Yep, Oh, that goes there. This goes here. This compacts to here. Okay, cool. And now, that's not what I meant to do. We get to push this down because we don't want it there. This gets to go here, and this gets to go here. Now, we want to compact out here first. So, I need a way to basically... Yeah, this needs to come down. It'll become a 1. Now I need to figure this out a little bit better. I'm like, what am I doing here? How am I doing this? Interesting that that's how that works, but okay. I think these need to be split, which means I've already messed this up. And I need to compact them prior to doing that. But yeah, so... that sits there. I push this, it becomes that, which, fair enough. But of course, this is where this will fail because of that. So, you know, obviously not there. Just yet. Trying to think if I could figure this out a little bit better. Because I do know that we need this, obviously. I don't see a way to get it to combo in a way in which I'm not, like, sacrificing something, basically. Oh, wait. We compact this into the back. We compact this into here. And then we go, boop. Right. That makes sense. That made sense. That made perfect, logical sense. There needs to be another thing that I can sacrifice to this. Okay. There needs to be another thing that I can sacrifice to this. So, this needs to be used as a lineup block for these two. And I've already messed up by doing that, actually, so no, it doesn't. This just can go here. These guys can sit up here. We don't compact them. We just do that. We set this here. This two pushes to there. Nope, never mind. Hang on. This two pushes to there, sorry. Threes go here. This one goes over again against the wall, like we said. Yeah, and we need a compactor here. We need a compactor at some point. That's where the threes come in. Okay. Look, it looks like I've done nothing so far, but there is methods to my madness. I can assure you there are methods to my madness. This 3 matters, because with it, what I can do is we can, or wait, what? No, I lost my brain cells. What happened? No, or, right, it's so that we can push it into this. That's right. Got it. I was like, my brain cells, what happened? Nor. This goes here. I know that this goes down. It's fine. So we want this to sit here, I guess. I think. Right? No. 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 No, 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 no. Because it's not 3 plus, or yeah, it's 3 plus 1, not 1 plus 3 that works. So how do I get that set up to occur? I put the 3 here. I put the 3 here. That's how. Give me that. This needs to go here so that this becomes a 2. And then what I can do, yeah, what I can do is not this, because I've already messed this up, actually. That needs to be up. This 3 needs to be up so that I can maneuver. Oh my god, this is evil. This is evil what it wants. Okay. This goes here. I think this just goes here. We push it together to here. And then we push it into here. Got it, got it, got it, got it. Okay. Yep. Got it, 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 got it. My brain cells are there. They do exist. I am not 1000% stupid. Okay, that goes there. This will calm... This is the problem. I need another block to combo these into. Because that don't work. I need a way to have that 3 be pulled off the wall. I can do this. No, sad. Well, thanks for joining. It was very fun. I'm glad you were here. Hope you have a good one and enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, so we're gonna push... Wait a minute, wait, whoa, 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 whoa. I just... That's interesting. Why does that work that way? Why does that work that way? Yeah, that is very weird that that works that way. Yeah. Okay. It's fine that that works that way. It's not fine that I don't work that way, that my brain doesn't. This goes here. That goes like this. That does not work that way. Gosh darn it. This does not work that way. I'm stupid. Okay. So, this block needs to sit here. This needs to go somewhere that's important. We cannot push things against that back wall, basically. But I need to be able to do something to get these around. Oh my god, this is an interesting one. This is hard. So... yeah, we want to have something that I can sit behind, basically, as I'm pushing this. So that has to go there. And then this will be the, that'll be the pusher block. This goes here. I know I'm just doing the same thing again, but trust me, I have better ideas this time. Like, why is this like this? Also, yeah, that does immediately hit me into a problem. Wow, you really do have to push this out of the way first, don't you? Ba-da-ba-doo. So yeah, that 3 is our pusher block. Why does it let me push... Why does it let me actually nearly push the 2 into the 3 here? Like, that's a little weird. Okay, so we go boom, and then we go... This doesn't meld, which makes sense. Right. I need another pusher block, is the problem. So... God, this is a mess. So, if I go like this, and then I go like... And then I were to go like this, those combo. Okay. So now, what I need is something in between this that can, like, effectively function as a backboard. Again. Because these won't combo at all. If I go like this, I can push this out, but then the problem becomes, how do I get all of this back in there with myself also back in there to do so? The more and more I do this, the more and more I'm not sure how I'm supposed to line this up. Like, I feel like there's a lineup that just is involved with effectively doing this. And it just basically you push one of these out of the way as, like, one of the last moves you do. Now, the problem with that is these just don't work that way. Because, yeah, that'll push those together first. And there's no way to do that any differently if I do this. Wow, this is a hard level. This is a really hard level. I was thinking we were gonna get to 10 today. So I still think this is the best start, because it's the only way I can get this out. if I do it this way instead, it is technically easier to fish these around because I'll have an extra fishing block, which means I can push things around simpler, or easier, I guess. The problem then becomes, how do I gain access to this too? Which is impossible to do, or to get through here. Yeah, so the way that I'm doing it is still the only way through. These have to move up. Yeah, they have to move up, because there's no way to fish them off the bottom. Which means that this has to go here. This too has, like, these have to do something. And there's gotta be a way to separate these somehow. Like, there's gotta be a way. Oh. Wait a minute. No, that's something I've already known, I believe. Yeah, let's go fish this bad boy out, seeing as I've already, you know, kind of locked it in a corner over here. So, if I do that again... So, what we need is a way for this to just slide back, basically. Or, the alternative is a way for this to, like, compact into a tiny area. Yeah, no way I'm getting that. Okay, so... then how the hell do I do that? How the hell does that happen? I mean, one of these has to sit here as, like, the important one. And then there's just one more that doesn't work. There needs to be a way to get a 2 up here. There has to be a way to get a 2 right here. Because if I can get a 2 right here, I see how to do it. So, hang on. And then, God, my brain is lost here. So, maybe I'm overvaluing being able to get this, or to push this here. Maybe the way that I need to think of this. Yeah, no, you need this. You need this. Colors don't combo. Maybe that just becomes a too early. Yeah, maybe this just becomes a too early. We put a dot here, backed by a 3. That compresses into a 3. We then push this over to become 4, push it up to become 5. There it is. Okay. That's how we solve it. Had to sit there and think. But that is fine. Look, it is fine to be stupid sometimes. You just need to be able to sit and think and figure out why you're stupid. This is also why I record puzzles better when I'm not streaming. Because it gives me the time to sit and think, and I don't have to also keep entertaining all the time. I mean, I do still have to be entertaining while I'm recording the puzzle games, but you know. Okay, this sits here, and then this sits over here. So it goes boop, boop. There we go. Oh my god, it's finally free. I can do this now. I just need to handle everything else that's in here. God. Okay, so star needs to go down, 2 needs to go up. Yeah, if you thought we were out of the woods, we aren't yet. That 3 needs to get pushed out of the way once I can get around this. Dear Lord. Okay. That needs to get out of the way too. This gets to sit right here for a moment. I need this to go, this to go. And then this gets lined up with that. And then around and around I go. And oh my god, we're finally there. It's finally over. Boom. Okay. That is very difficult. That is very, very, very difficult. Not easy whatsoever. Yeah, no. We're gonna call that an episode there. This will be our introduction to Block Koala. What with how crazy this game is. And I think next episode it's not gonna be next episode we continue this, obviously. But this is the last UFO 50 stream that I'm going to be doing in a while. The next few episodes are all going to be pre-recorded, and we're gonna figure out, you know, or we're gonna figure out what episode we're doing next. But the other thing I'd like to add is, in the near future, I'm going to start, I think, finally working on the Grimstone's one character only challenge. And on top of that, I'm also going to start going back and doing cherries for some of these, if at all possible, seeing as we haven't had a, return to do a cherry stream yet. And I kind of would like to, because in all honesty, I think I could get one. So let's get what our next one is going to be. That is 96, which divided by 2 is 48, which is Seaside Drive. Let's see here. I think I've seen this one before, at least in terms of its how it works from the screen. But yeah, no. Next episode, we're going and doing Seaside Drive. So thank you all again so much for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Have a good one, everybody, and bye-bye. Whoop-de-friggin' do. Yeah, it is this one. It is the one where you have to drift to shoot things. Crazy, crazy antics this one is. Interesting. God, this'll be cool. I'm probably going to have a million brain farts while I'm